Oh no, you won't believe it. The experts were wrong. I know, right? After being told Britain was an economic basket case and the last G7 country to reach its pre-pandemic size, the Office for National Statistics have had to admit that their data was about as accurate as a Gary Barlow tax return. The economy actually shrank far less than thought during the pandemic and bounced back to pre-COVID levels almost 2 years ago, which means should these revised figures hold, which is expected, the UK economy is actually significantly bigger than before the pandemic. Ruth Gregory of Capital Economics said the revisions suggested the UK economy has expanded by 1.5% rather than being 0.2% smaller. So that's 2 whole years now that we've had of the usual suspects in the media and politics who have made an Olympic sport of talking Britain down and banging on about what a crap, unsuccessful country we are. Our currency, you and me, is money. Their currency is crushing negativity. Well, you know what they say, there are lies, damned lies, and statistics. And this misrepresentation of our economic standing, eagerly fueled by those that seek to blame Brexit for everything, has caused huge damage to our international reputation. And it has no doubt dented business and consumer confidence and likely impacted investment into this country. All on the back of statistics taken as gospel, but far from the word of God. These lies about the economy were the devil's work. The truth is that at every turn, the high-profile commentators who seem to hate this country and will stop at nothing to see it fail because of our decision to leave a political union based in Brussels, well, they've been thwarted by reality. And they've been thwarted by the facts time and time again. Investment into the UK, up. Exports to the EU, up. Exports to the rest of the world, up, up, up. We avoid recession. Germany gets one. Even inflation is heading south. And since we left the EU, Britain has grown 8.7%, Germany 8.1%, and Italy just 6.1%. Did they have Brexit? Unemployment has come down from 4.7 to 3.9, adding 1 million jobs. And by July 2022, our exports to the EU were not just the highest since Brexit, but the highest ever. It doesn't fit the narrative, does it? And top economist Julian Jessop is clear what this latest revision means. Speaking to The Telegraph, he said the UK has just leapt up the G7 league table for growth. Brexit Britain is no longer the outlier people thought it was. Meanwhile, my former colleague here at GB News, Andrew Neil, also had his say. He popped onto Twitter and he said, "You will have read many times on Twitter that the UK economy has been the worst performing among the G7's most prosperous nations since the pandemic." Said without caveat and often gleefully by a Twitter mob that revels in doing the country down. Well, now that the official stats have been revised independently, an up-to-date G7 league table shows this. The UK lagged behind only the fast-growing North American economies of the US and Canada. Britain has outperformed Europe's 3 major economies, Germany, France and Italy, as well as Japan, since the pandemic. Who'd have thunk it? Now, fair play to the Office for National Statistics for revising these figures. The ONS are always neutral and have said these revisions are mainly because we have richer data from our annual surveys and administrative data that we're now able to measure costs incurred by businesses directly, and we can adjust for prices at a far more detailed level. No problem. But whatever way you look at it, it is fantastic news. And where I can find it, you'll always get good news from me, because life is hard enough without it. So will there be an apology from the doom-mongers pushing the narrative that post-Brexit Britain is a failed state? Well, I won't hold my breath. Not for the first time, this great country is proving all the right people wrong.